Okay, I've set this up essentially like a flow in the sense of a yoga flow, and go from kind of one move in one position right into the next, and to minimize kind of getting up and down. We're going to start with what's called prayer pose, and in yoga sometimes it's called a child pose. But on your mat, you're going to sit here with your knees kind of out to the side of the mat or pretty far out, and then toes extended so they're not tucked underneath. And you're going to sit back as far as your hips and knees will permit. Hopefully you can kind of sit to where you get your hands on top of your calves. Then you're here, you're going to reach forward as far as you can while you're sitting back as far as you can. And you get in what's called prayer pose. You can put your head to the floor if you want, you don't have to. And you just relax here, and we go through that box method. So it'd be 4 seconds in, 4-second hold, 4-second exhale, 4-second hold. All right, cool. So that's the prayer pose. From there, we're going to go right into a version of the prayer pose that stretches our lats. So with left hand on the side of the mat, right hand on top of that, we're going to basically go into this exact same breathing pattern of the box method. All right, cool. So now we'll just go to the other side. So right hand's on the side of the mat, left hand on top of the right hand. All right, cool. So that's the first move, the prayer pose, and then the lat stretch variation of the prayer pose. If you need to or want to spend more time in there, you can freeze the video now and just rejoin us when you're done. So we're going to go from there to what's called cat camel. And again, in yoga, this is often called the cat cow. They're the exact same move. All right, we're on our hands and knees here. We've got the arms stacked vertically, and then our upper legs also stacked vertically. And then from here, we're going to draw in our belly, kind of pulling our belly button up into the spine while we tuck our chin, get kind of humped up and back, and then slowly extend the belly and arch the back, pushing the belly to the floor, and then looking up. Come on up. Into the humpty back camel. And then push the belly to the floor and look up. I'm going to do one more of those. All right, cool. We're going to flow right into what we call thread the needle. So in this exact same posture, we're going to reach underneath about as far as you can, trying to lay your shoulder on the floor. And then pivot up, trying to open your chest to the ceiling. And then do it again. All right, we'll switch sides. Reaching as far underneath as you can, trying to get the shoulder to the floor. Pause there. Then up. Now, reaching up as high as you can, trying to open your chest to the ceiling. Do it again. All right, cool. So those are the first two. We got prayer pose, cat camel, thread the needle, I guess first three. And from here, we're gonna go to what we call twisty donut, or Krella, which is a popular donut here in Massachusetts at Dunkin'. And we just call it that because we look kind of all twisted up. We're laying on our backs. We're gonna keep left leg straight, raise the right, let it flop over, keeping our shoulders flat to the floor. Grab it here with the left hand, extending the right arm. All right, so from here, I'm trying to keep my shoulder blades pinned to the floor, and then relax using the box breath, box method. And Now letting all my muscles relax. I'm actually pulling the knee up, close to my chest or as high up as I can. And just hold that. Okay, now we'll switch sides. So the right leg now is going to stay straight. Left leg's up. It comes over. Grab it with the right arm. I got my left arm extended, trying to keep my shoulder blades flat to the floor. And then try to relax. Let all those core muscles actually relax by breathing in, out, 4-second holds. All right, cool. So in this now posture, we're going to do what we call a pretzel. And this one will actually target the glutes. So it's called that because it looks a bit like a pretzel. So lying here, knees are bent. Cross one leg over. So you kind of have your ankle on your knee. Lift the bottom knee so that you're driving that knee and shin up towards your chest. Then reach through and grab that bottom knee. All right, and then here we're trying to pull our chest to the shin or the shin to the chest. And in that same pattern of holding it, or inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Cool. And we'll switch to the other side. So crossing the leg, raise the lower leg, reach through to grab that lower leg. Now you're pulling that shin in towards your chest and going through the box, around the box. All right, cool. So we're gonna just now sit up, legs are out in front. We're gonna do a hammy stretch now. So from there, I'm gonna grab right knee or right leg and pull it in towards your crotch, and then just get in a comfortable seated position here. Hammies are particularly tough for most guys of our age, and we sort of hate to stretch. So the key to this really is the breathing and using our long exhales to trick the targeted muscle into relaxing. So what we're going to start with though is make sure that our toes are vertical, not flopped over like this. So make sure your toes are vertical. You're going to bring your toes towards your nose. All right, it's called dorsiflexion. And then you're going to lock your knee out so you don't try to avoid that or that. Okay? This leg's not really that important. And then you're going to reach out. Now, if you can grab your toes, excellent. You're going to get a hold of your toes and then use that to help pull yourself forward. If you can't quite get there, that's fine. Grab your ankle, your knee, whatever, and use that to create some traction to pull yourself into the stretch. Now, don't grit your teeth and try to pull against the tension of the muscle. When you exhale, allow the muscle to relax, and that'll allow you to sort of pull yourself further into the stretch. So in that box method, we got an inhale and hold. Exhale. And hold. Back off a little when you inhale. Exhale. And hold. All right, so that's the hammy. We'll get the other one now. So same drill, toes are vertical, knee is locked, this leg's tucked in. Grab the toes if you can. Pull yourself in, inhale. Exhale. Hold. All right, cool. If you need to spend more time on that, that's cool. You can freeze the video here and do that. We're gonna now go up on one knee. Okay, and we're gonna work on our hip flexors a bit with this stretch. So I got one knee on the mat, one knee off the mat. I'm nice and tall here with the trunk vertical, and my foot's out in front of my shin a little bit, so not like this. like this, okay? And so I got left leg forward, right arm's going up here, and I'm trying to get my right bicep to my ear while I'm nice and tall with proud chest here. All right, and then I'm gonna just lean in gently. You don't have to overdo this, but just leaning in till we get a stretch down through here. These are your hip flexors down here. A lot of people mistake that their hip flexors are over here. These are abductors. Your hip flexors are down here, inside your pelvis. And then we just hold that, we go through the box. 4 seconds on each side of the box. All right, once we've gone through that, we're back here at center, and that high arm, as vertical as we can make it, we're just gonna lean over and hold that. Cool, and then we'll switch sides. Now there's a lot more that you can do with that. You can do all sorts of different directions, but for the interest of time and that this is a relatively short stretch session, this is how we're doing it today. So again, that opposite arm is vertical, leaning forward, keeping chest proud. We don't lean on the knee. A lot of folks want to kind of get hard and lean on the knee. A lot of folks also get really, really aggressive stretching these things. Your hip flexors don't have a lot of range of motion. They're generally small muscles, so you don't have to overstretch them. Just get to the point of the end range of motion and hold it there. Go through the box method. All right, we're back now to center, and we're gonna lean over, hitting our obliques and our quadratus lumborum. Excellent. Okay, so we're gonna go back to that other side to get adductors. These are the groin muscles here on the inside of the thigh. We're gonna extend one leg out this way. All right, we're gonna try to get this leg straight with the foot flat and the foot facing forward. And you can come down here on your elbows, angling the trunk toward that extended leg. And we hold that. Come on up on your hands. You want to be real careful bringing this one back in. You can pull these muscles relatively easily. Most of my male friends have suffered a groin pull or a hammy pull in their lives, and it's unpleasant, and it's an unnecessary setback. So we're going to hit the side, same, legs locked out, foot's flat, toes are pointing forward. We angle the elbows and the torso toward the extended leg, and we go around the box. Okay, cool. We're gonna bring things back here to our hands and knees down near the end of the mat. And now we're gonna switch gears a little bit and head to the calves, all right? So the calves and Achilles, tend to be problem areas for a lot of men of a certain age. So we're gonna hit those here. Coming up off of our knees, you basically lock one knee out and try to press your heel to the floor. You definitely have your butt piked up like this, so it's not in a push-up position. You got your butt in a pike position. And then you're gonna hold that and then pedal, hit the other side. So one leg locked out straight, driving the heel to the ground. All right, and those are the calves. This next one is basically a posterior chain stretch that really hits the hammies. And of all of these, it's my least favorite. It's a downward dog, which the folks who've done yoga are familiar with. And then forgive me, my flexibility on this one isn't all that great. So it's not pretty to look at. But we're gonna start in that same position here in this hands and knees position. And then we're gonna lock the knees out, trying to push the heels to the floor, and then shift weight back so that your butt is piped up. And we're trying to get the knees
as straight as you can while your heels are on the floor and you're pushing your weight back. And if that's relatively easy, you can kind of push back a little on your hands here to make it a little more intensive. And that's enough of that. So we're gonna then push right into this full squat, okay? And what we're doing here is our heels are roughly shoulder width apart. And we're sitting back in our haunches as much as we can, as comfortably as we can. I recognize that not everybody can get in this position, so you do the best you can with whatever you can do. If you can get here, great, because we're gonna work a little bit on ankle mobility. So once we're here, we're using our elbows to butterfly open, and this will help with the adductor muscles and all these tissues that are here in this sensitive region. And we're opening up the hips. And with those hips open, we're gonna lean a knee forward to flex the ankle, and then back and the other side, leaning a knee forward. And just kind of rock from one to the other, nice and gently. Cool. Now, if you can, you're gonna stand straight up. If you need some help with your hands or grab something, then do that. So what we're next gonna do is a quad stretch and reach. And you may need to hold on to something to do that as well. But you're gonna grab your foot from behind here, balance it on one leg. You're gonna raise that opposite arm straight overhead, and then try to affect a bowing of your torso. So you're pulling the foot back and up and creating kind of a bow here with the torso while you're balanced on one leg, which a lot of people, it's difficult to do, and so they might need to grab a hold of something sturdy like a dumbbell rack and do what they can. All right, so you may be able to do it all on one leg. You might have to put your hand on the wall. Obviously, stay upright. All right, cool. So we have two more stretches that are upper body stretches that I'll show you in just a minute.